Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another grounded video. Now this one, it's not going to be so good. We did the video the other day, 13 great things that I like about this update, so now it's time to go to the other side and talk about some things that I wish we could improve on, or some of the things I kind of wish we got in this update. Not going to chime in too much on the elephant in the room being the armor upgrades. We're going to touch on it a little bit because I think there can be some improvements, but this is not going to be a video just about the armor upgrades. So without further ado, let's get into my list of things that I would like to see improved, or some things that I didn't think were so great in the Bug Strike Back update. Number one, no new insects, no new labs, no new chips. Now I know that's not going to come with every update. There have been some where we only get a few insects. There's been some where we got a ton of insects. There's some where we get none, like for this one. But I think when you're introducing a new area like they did in this update, you should probably at least have one or two little insects in there, something like that. So that's maybe one little small gripe. I know in the last update we did get a new chip, but we didn't get a new lab. Now I don't know how that's going to join in with the story that they're trying to tell. If they do need more labs, if there's how many more labs there's going to be, how many more chips there's going to be. We have the total number of chips, and obviously we see I think there's about 6 or 7 that we still have to get, but jury's out on that. So no new insects, kind of a bummer, because that means we're going to jump into the next one. That means no new weapons and no new armor, really. So I know we got the charcoal torch, we got the charcoal canteen. Those are tools where they needed. Not really, in my opinion. I don't think the community was yearning for a new canteen. I also don't think they were yearning for a new torch. I like the fact that they both have durability. It makes sense that the charcoal canteen would lose durability the more you use it. Obviously, having a charcoal filter, which is something that we have in real life. We have charcoal filters for things to, filter out the parasites and stuff like that in water. So it is a smart move, but is it something that we really needed them to spend their time on to give us? I don't really think so. I'd rather see, some tier 3 daggers, tier 3 spears, maybe some balance with some of the other weapons that we've talked about with the Into the Wood update. So not going to spend too much time on that one either. Another thing is we have the base defenses, and I touched on that. I love the fact that we have mixers, and I love the fact that we have base defenses. But after just a little bit of testing, the base raids are kind of lackluster right now. You'll have a couple waves of mainly red ants, depending on where your location is. And if you just leave them alone, they'll go away after a certain amount of time. It's probably about 5 minutes or so. So I have a base over by the pond that I showed in a previous video. And I let the red ants go in there and just destroy as much as they could, because I was getting rid of that base anyways. And it was literally just after a few minutes, they just said, okay, payback is done. And then they just walked off. So they're not going to destroy your entire base. They're not even going to mess with you if you're not around that area. You can sit there and watch them destroy it. They don't spread out and attack all your structures. They will attack everything that you've built in that area. So when they do come to do their payback or whatever, they're going to destroy as much as they can. But it seems like it's in a certain amount of time. And then they just like, okay, we're bored now. We'll leave. Instead of destroying your base and then kind of hunting you, which I think would be a cool aspect of it. They know that that's where you live, so they want to kind of damage your base. And if you're around that area, they should have something to where, okay, we smell him, we see where he is, let's go attack him as well. And then, like I said, with the mixers, with it right now only being a one-time thing with a raw science reward of 2,000, that's really not something we need for the players that have hundreds of days in their game. You probably have already bought everything from Burgle or from the shop. So do we really need more raw science? Unless we have a way to use raw science aside from buying stuff, then more raw science is just not getting used. It's just getting put aside, and then we're waiting for the next update to spend it on maybe something new that we get. So I think the mixers need to be repeatable. If you want to set up levels, like we said, 1 through 10 or 1 through 20, however you want to do it, and change up the rewards. Maybe the first time you beat it is going to be 2,000 raw science. After that, give us something else, or give us that raw science and let us spend it on something else. So that's something that I really think they do this really well in each update. They provide a good solid foundation for something new, and then in the future, most of the times, more often than not, they improve upon it. And I hope that's something that they try to do with the base defenses and the mixers. So getting into the next one, let's see here. Mutations. Let's talk about some mutations. So we did get one new mutation, and it's very centered around the mixers and base defenses. So what if a player is not into the base defenses? What if they have base defense, base raids turned off? They're not going to be using that mutation. And then we got one change to a mutation, which Mithridatism now has 3 phases to provide you with 25%, 50, and 75% resistance to poison, but we no longer have that 100% resistance to poison. So I don't know if that was something that people were complaining about. I personally wasn't. And the fact that we only have one mutation that, again, maybe only a few people are going to use, similar to Reliable Friend, which is pretty pointless if you're only playing single player. It's a mutation that you don't really need. So I would have liked to see some of the other mutations revamped a little bit. You know, we do have some that are pretty just pointless. You can get rid of Daredevil. I don't think a lot of people use that one. Little Fist was changed a little bit as well. I don't think it. I don't think it does the big explosion. You know, some of these other ones they have altered in the past, but I think they just need a complete revamp of the mutation system as it is. So that's just one little touch on mutations. You know, I know again with every update we're not going to get that, and this is not meant to be sit here whining about everything they do bad, because I do love the update. I love the game, but I think there's always room for improvement, right? If you're not trying to be if you're not trying to nail everything 100% and make it enjoyable for every person that plays the game, then I don't think you're doing your job well. That's not to say they're not doing their job well, so don't take it like that. Another thing I want to touch on, you know, we didn't get any new armor. We didn't get any new weapons. We got the charcoal torch and canteen, like I said, but we've still got those insects in the upper yard that really don't have uses. We have the green shield bug parts are now used for the charcoal torch, I believe, but that's it. Ladybirds still have the same ones. The larva up top, the ladybird larva, still have the same resources that they're giving. The dust mites give you dust mite fuzz, you know, so are we going to be able to use those for other things? I mean, they've done this in the past where a lot of the insects, their materials that they drop are literally used for one thing and then they don't get used very often anymore. I know they've done a little bit with the acid glands and the bug rubber and stuff like that, having different uses now, which is great. But with no new insects comes no new weapons, comes no new armor. And we did get the armor upgrades. You know, we touch on that a little bit. The only thing I'll say about that is the cost. Everybody's saying it. Everybody knows it. The upgrade costs are way too expensive, and there's just not enough grubs. You know, there are grubs all over the map in different places, but trying to find those and spend, you know, a whole day, a couple hours worth of playing just to get grubs where potentially you might not even have any grub hides drop. They always drop the food. They'll always drop the grub goo, but let's get more grub hides. So I think if anything, my little bit of feedback on that would be, for the tier 1 armors, make it grub to upgrade all the way up. For tier 2 armors, make it berry to upgrade all the way up. And for tier 3 armors, make it the pupil leather all the way up. I think that's my little bit of feedback on that. Again, I'm not going to go huge into detail on that. I know everybody else is. The community's up in arms about the armor upgrades, the bonuses, and the costs. So that's my little spiel on that. So we're going to move on. The creature cards. I said before in the other video, I love the idea of the creature cards. I think it's awesome that we get, you know, this information on the creatures, you know, that gives us weaknesses and resistances. You know, it's really cool that we have all that information, but again, it's not as detailed as I would like. You know, we have tier 2, we have their health. This is the one thing that's bothered me for a while now. A lot of other creators have gone through and done a lot of testing and everything to try to figure out, you know, the numbers of the insects, the numbers of the attacks, the numbers of hit points, the numbers of defense, you know. So Grounded, you know, if you guys are watching this Obsidian team, great game, but give us the numbers, free the numbers. Why can't we get actual numbers for the health of ourselves, actual numbers for the health of the insects, actual numbers on the damage that we're dealing, actual numbers on the damage that we're taking? I think that would go a long way in telling us, you know, not only what they're weak to, but knowing how much damage we're going to do, whether it's a regular hit or a critical hit. And another thing too, the chances. I'm getting tired of seeing things that are going to provide a chance of something to happen. What is that chance? Is it 10%? Is it 5%? Can we please get the numbers on that? Because that'll make it a lot more easier for us that do test, and a lot of us that build certain classes, you know, gears and stuff like that, using different gears and weapons. If we know the numbers of the damage that we're doing, relative to the defense of the insects and vice versa, you know. And another thing back to the cards as well is, why can't we get what kind of attacks they do, you know? So if we have, we have the infected. Do they do infected damage? We know the wolf spider does poison damage. What kind of attacks are they doing? You know, they're resistant to stabbing and fresh. What kind of attacks are they using? Are they hitting us with chopping, slashing, stabbing? Are they hitting us with poison damage? Are they hitting us with you know, bleed damage, anything like that? Spicy damage? Do they have any of that? You know, the ladybird larva does cause a sizzle, so is that spicy damage? What kind of damage is that? Sizzle damage? We don't know. So off on that little rant right there. Give us the numbers. That's one thing I think a lot of people would really like when it comes to terms of knowing what weapons they want to use and what armors they want to use. So that's my little rant on that. We'll move on now. The quests. I love the fact that we have an advanced system library now with all the field stations, but we're still doing the same hunter quests. We're still doing the same artificer quests, aside from a few here and there. I know there's a new pupil other one. We have infected weevils. I still haven't seen any for killing ant lions. We don't have any crafting of, a charcoal torch. We don't have craft a charcoal canteen, anything like that. So updated quests would really go a long way. Maybe if you're at a certain point in the game, if you've completed so much, you'll get those beginner quests. Because I'm getting real tired of crafting some clover helmets, clover hoods or spider hoods and stuff like that. Some of that tier 1 armor, I'm getting really tired of crafting that and then just having to throw it out or just throw it in the chest and let it sit there and rot away for days. Another thing I want to touch on is the building. Since we have base defenses now, it'd be great to have numbers for the defensive stats of the walls. Are mushroom walls stronger than palisade walls? Are stem walls stronger than mushroom walls? Are grass walls even is it even useful to use grass walls if we have base raids? Stuff like that. So if we have, building numbers, like how much defense they provide, how much damage, again, it goes back to how much damage the insects are doing. So if I have a mushroom wall that prevents, or they're strong against a certain kind of damage, can we get into that kind of stuff? If I have a grass wall, obviously chopping is probably going to do more damage than crushing or something like that, So I would like numbers on the defense. Since now we have base raids, I need to know how much I need to reinforce my base to defend against some of these attacks. And along with the building too, building integrity. So I do have a custom game world where building integrity is on, and it just seems completely broken. Like, we don't know what supports what, how much can support what kind of structures can support what. I think that is something that I really want to, just if we're talking about base raids and stuff like that, I want the numbers. Give us the hashtag, give us the numbers, something. Let us know the numbers on things rather than just having a chance or just assuming, what is better against what. So that's my little rant on that one. I think we've covered everything here. So yeah, I think that's going to be it on this. So that's my list of things that I don't like and some things that I wish we could improve on. They've done a really great job in the past of these updates, listening to the feedback of the players and improving on some of this stuff. So I'm sure, I have no doubt that they're going to be doing the same thing with this one. And in the future, just improving on some of these foundational pieces that they have now with base raids and mixers and stuff like that, armor upgrades, and all that kind of stuff. So this is my little rant video about stuff I don't like and stuff I would like to see improved. If you guys want to check out the 13 great things that I enjoy about the update, go ahead and click on the video. We'll have a little link up there to watch that video, and that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't already, we'd love to have you join the community. Let me know down below stuff you do like and stuff you don't like, stuff that you would like to see improved. Giving our feedback to the devs is the only way to make the game better, and that's pretty much it. So take care of yourselves, everybody. Take care of each other, and as always, stay original, my friends. We'll see you guys in the next video. Later.